Hello everyone, I am Jonathan. Welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, I'm just a hobbyist programmer. I program for fun for the last couple 4 to 5 years. I've been doing it just for fun. I don't do programming as a what's it called as a professional. Is that what you call it? Just a hobbyist. And today I want to share with you guys some Reddit posts that I found humorous that were pretty funny to me, right? And we're gonna see if they could make you giggle like they made me giggle. They didn't make me outright make me laugh. They just made me chortle. No, not chortle. They just made me chuckle. All right, so we have this one right here. Before coding, after 6 hours of debugging, and we have the Gus, the character from Breaking Bad. I think this is pretty funny. I give it like a 6 out of 10. Yeah, I think if you guys have seen Breaking Bad, I think this is a face he makes after he kills his employee. And to everyone else who hasn't seen Breaking Bad, my bad. I didn't want to do some spoilers or spoil the series for you. But yeah, and after 6 hours of debugging, sometimes it's 8 days of debugging when you're first beginning. Well, for me, it was at least. Let's read some of the comments. Oops. I gotta click on it first. And your code was correct the entire time. However, you did not realize you were testing an override that worked, and what was failing was default. And the default failed because you misused an environment variable. Yeah, I hate when that happens, right? When you use the wrong environment variables, especially when you're connecting to a database. Oh, wow. You compiled the wrong file. Yep. Dude, Visual Studio wronged me too many times that I now clean and rebuild every time something fails. And 9 out of 10, it's Visual Studio not modifying, compiling the latest changes. Oh, wow, that seems pretty bad. Man, that must be a bug in your software, in the software, I don't know. It seems like it's a queue issue, maybe. I'm a programmer, and I understand. Also, I'm 13. Come on, bro. Why did you have to say this last part? I am 13. I don't know. Maybe he's just trying to be funny. That just makes me feel worse makes me feel worse as a 29-year-old man programming. And then the third one, for when you finally get your code to work and you feel like a god, but there's also this in between the second and third image. I didn't know. I did not understand. I didn't understand any of that. It was a missing semicolon all the time. Yeah, if you do C or C++, I think, maybe also. But I know C, if you forget your semicolon, you're screwed. And in JavaScript, you could omit them. You don't have to have them. That's a good thing. I like JavaScript. I don't know why so many people clown on it. But I'm going to say, I mean, it might be a horrible programming language, but it's pretty good for prototyping really quick. All right. History of programming languages. This wasn't really funny. Was it funny? I don't know. But I just wanted to share this because I thought it was interesting. What you have to understand is that most successful languages started off not only with a single core paradigm, but with a single core use case. For example, C was designed to write Unix in, right? That's true. Yeah, C when it was first designed, it was used it was used for the Unix official programming language, I think. Lua was designed to meet the business needs of the Brazilian nuclear energy industry. I did not know that. I wonder if it's true. It probably is. If it's in a Reddit post, it must be true. PHP was designed to write personal home pages. Perl was designed for text processing. Go was designed as a DSL for writing servers. ML was designed as meta language for the LCF theorem prover. JavaScript was designed to write dynamic web pages. Okay. And Java was designed to funnel money from idiots to Sun Microsystems. Okay, this guy just got a. I think he just started doing some sarcasm, right? C++ was designed to boost the sale of headache tablets. What does that even mean? I don't know. I don't know everything. Any language produced by Microsoft was designed to trap you into buying Microsoft products forever. That is inherently true. We have C Sharp, Visual Basic, right? Yeah, I don't know how true that is. Let's read the comments to see what people are saying. Haha, Microsoft is a stupid company. But my boss at my last job wrote and compiled C Sharp on a Mac using a non-Microsoft IDE, which ended up being used on Kubernetes cluster running Linux. No Microsoft products in sight. I'd call that a win in my book. Yeah, that's possible. So his boss wrote and compiled C Sharp on a Mac using a non-Microsoft IDE. What's a Microsoft IDE? Like Microsoft Visual? Yeah, I don't know. No, was it Visual? Yeah, Visual Studio. Which ended up being used on Kubernetes cluster running Linux. Pretty good. Modern C Sharp is great at being cross-platform. Old C Sharp was pain to make cross-platform. Yep. You'll break the sub if you dispel the student's illusions. The whole idea for that is eventually for ease of use, you might end up switching back. We saw that slot shift back to mostly Microsoft. I wrote everything in .NET Core 2.1 and got everything configured to run in Docker and QB, but it was cumbersome for other teams, so they eventually shifted to container instances and then back to Windows containers with no management of Docker images or Kubernetes in sight. Okay. Yeah, I like this. You could swap Microsoft for Apple in that sentence, and it would make much more sense. No. Hell no. Yeah, you don't want to go to Microsoft. Trust me. No, it's all about Mac. I'm sorry. I am from the Mac religion, and I won't go back. They might not be innovating, making better products or innovating better features, but they're still the go-to. And my personal favorite right here. Nobody cares about your full stack e-commerce project. Nobody cares, man. Not your mom, not your dad, not your siblings, not even God. No one cares. Just move on. Make something different. You go on YouTube and you see all these tutorials on making a full stack e-commerce project. I don't know. I've never built one, so I'm just being funny. I wouldn't know what to say. It's almost like building a calculator app, right? Coded. But yeah, everyone's doing a full stack e-commerce project. I've never been hired. I've been in an interview like once or twice. I've been interviewed twice, and so I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know what project to do for a successful interview and eventually getting hired. So I'm not gonna give any advice on that. And I love this comment. Nobody cares about any of your accomplishments. You still have to get past a condescending interview process. My interviews weren't condescending. They were pretty good. I'm not going to lie. Answering questions you were in a better position to answer straight out of school and will never answer as an employee. Slightly /s. I don't know what that means. Okay. Yeah, that was funny. I rate this meme maybe like a 6 out of 10. I think it's in the background they used. It looks like some sort of anime, caveman turned civilized. I don't know if that's a real anime, but it looks like that the title of an anime could potentially be the title of this anime, caveman turned civilized. Kind of looks like me. Anyway, stop being dumb. All right, let's go. Next one. Me praising me for fixing the error without Googling. That was me last time. If you've seen my other previous videos where I'm programming Snake from scratch with Node.js on the terminal, this is exactly how I felt when I finally got my gamepad engine working. Right? I felt like I felt like I deserved an award, just like this guy right here, whoever that is. But yeah, that feeling you get when you discover something on your own without ChatGPT or Googling it, it feels good, right? There's nothing bad on using Google, right? And you have to know how to use ChatGPT, but that's exactly the feeling. Nothing wrong about feeling good about solving the problem on your own from time to time. Yep. All right, this is pretty good. 10 out of 10, right? Because I could relate to this a lot. Life is unfair. Finding the only page on the whole internet asking how to solve the exact problem you're having. So yeah, you Google something, right? You Google something, and you Google a problem on Stack Overflow, and you're like, oh yes, I found it. You click on it, and you're like, damn, that's like 5 years ago, and no one has replied. No one ever replied. Not even the OP, the original poster. Not even they posted a solution. It was posted 5 years ago with no responses. Yeah, I hate that. I hate when that happens, right? Especially when you're first starting out and you bump into a problem and there's no solution you could find. That's when you build character. When you can't find a solution, not even in Stack Overflow. Well, that's how you used to build character, because now you go to ChatGPT. But us old timers, before ChatGPT, Stack Overflow, that's all we had. And when you couldn't find the answer, man, it sucked. And you had to go back to your code base and rewrite everything. And I mean, not rewrite everything, but debug and do it from scratch and just like solve it on your own. And after doing that, that's how you felt getting that award. What about Googling an obscure problem, finding an exact hit, and then realizing it's your own post from 5 years ago with no responses? All right, that's pretty sad. That's never happened to me, but that's really specific on Sent Oran. That's pretty specific. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, that's pretty fucking painful. Hey, so what happened with the problem? So you make a new question, and within 30 seconds, it's closed as a duplicate of your old answer question, which still never gets any answers. All right. Now it's funny because it's relatable to a lot of people. So I would say 7 out of 10, maybe, on a humorous level. All right, let me close these down. And then this was one of my personal favorites, right? We got Santa jumping through the window right here. Kid is sleeping. Santa goes ahead, Why? First of all, why would the window be open? It's fucking chilly as hell. It's snowing outside. Anyways, he grabs the kid's wish list, and it says, "Dear Santa, I want to create an operating system using HTML." And there you go. Santa sending him to the Santa realm. That's pretty funny, right? Dear Santa, I want to create an operating system using HTML. I'm gonna read the comments just for fun, right? This is satire, supposed to be funny. It's funny. If you're a programmer, you will understand. If you're a programmer and you're 13 years old, you will understand what it means. Santa, that was my first idea. That was my idea first. It would be funnier if the kid said PHP. Why would it be funny if the kid said? I think it'd be funnier if the kid said, "Santa, I want to create an operating system using HTML and CSS. That would be funnier, but not PHP. PHP is actually decent, definitely 1,000 times better than JS. I don't know about that. I never done or dealt into PHP, so I wouldn't know what to say. But I feel attacked. Maybe an old version of PHP were a pain, but recent versions are decent. Still not in my top 3 languages I would use, but definitely you can get stuff done in PHP. You know, I have to get into PHP and try at least once, right? Yes, HTML. Hardware Typical Modeling Language. Yeah, that's what HTML stands for, okay? Hardware Typical Modeling Language. Okay. HTML plus CSS is turning complete, so go on. Yeah. Imagine hitting on the web language we all grew up on. GeoCities, MySpace. Those were good times. Using exclusively HTML is nonsense, but using HTML as a scaffold for an underlying engine, that's actually a pretty neat idea for allowing an operating system to be customizable by the user. I wouldn't want to maintain it, but it's not the worst idea. Hold on a second, you mean like a browser? OMG. Anyways, I don't know. How would that work? It's not even a language. Toast who knows. Okay, how would that work? It's not even a language. I think this guy's just being sarcastic. Right? He's just being funny. He's having a little giggle writing as he's writing on his phone. Like, hey, how would it work? It's not even a language, because, come on. I mean, it's not a language per se. It's not a programming language, that's for sure. It's a markup language, but still. Make it one. Write a compiler that takes HTML and turns it into machine code. Program main variable type int32. Okay, print fmt digit n. Shouldn't be too hard. Compile msbuild or ant. That's XML. Okay. You know, let's go to ChatGPT and ask him this question. Can I build an operating system using HTML and CSS? Oh shoot. No, you cannot build. I knew it. You can't. I know you couldn't. No, you cannot build a full-fledged operating system using HTML and CSS. Here's why. HTML and CSS are designed for structuring and styling web pages, not for low-level system programming. No access to hardware, no logic or functionality. Alright. To build a real OS, low-level programming languages such as C, C++, Rust, or assembly for direct hardware interaction. System kernel, bootloader, file. Okay. Man, that sucks. That was going to be my next project, building an operating system using HTML. Okay. So let's move on. Now, we can't build an operating system using HTML. You know what? That's going to be my clickbait thumbnail title, video title thumbnail. Call it building an operating system using HTML. Is it possible? Yeah, that's going to garner a lot of views, isn't it? Anyway, yeah. We are 19 minutes and 20 seconds in. All right, let's move on. Now we have this one right here, and I don't want to show too much. Okay. Now, I don't know if this is satire, sarcasm. If it's a comedy page, I wouldn't know what to tell you. But just read it. HTML or Python, which is better for learning AI as a beginner. You know, as we learned in the previous post, I think HTML is better, right, for AI, because you could build an operating system using HTML. And then we got an answer. HTML. Interesting, but isn't it too low level? Isn't it too low level for a beginner? Now when coupled with CSS. Okay, that's funny. Come on, guys. That's pretty funny. 10 out of 10. That is hilarious. I would recommend 6502 assembly to them since it's really high level. And then we got machine learning code. Learning machine code. Code machine learning right here. Okay. Do you want fast or slow AI? If you want fast, then assembly it is. All right. Imagine this is what large language models will be training on real soon now. Crazy people actually trust AI to give them factual answers when I can't even trust half the results I get from Google search these days. That is true, right? I mean, you train AI models by all these Google searches, and then we should be doing this. We should be asking dumb questions like this. HTML or Python? Which is better for learning AI as a beginner? HTML. Interesting, but isn't it too low level for a beginner? Not when coupled with CSS. That's funny. And these are the type of searches and questions we should be asking on the internet to make AI dumb. I'm sorry if I have a feeling it's satire, right? But I don't know. You guys tell me. But it's still funny, and this is what we're supposed to be asking on the internet. Like, can I build an operating system using HTML? How to build this also works as a what do you call it? Clickbait title and thumbnail. Is HTML too low level? Is HTML too low level for a beginner? That would garner views too. That would bring in views and subscribers. Well, anyways, guys, my name is Jonathan. I'm just a hobbyist programmer. I do it for fun. I do it for passion. Give my video a thumbs up and give me a comment or leave a comment. I would really appreciate it, and don't forget to subscribe. Have a good day.